little bit about how the royal family and how the Queen kind of impacted your whole childhood, and even now that you're in the United States, how they still influence it.
Well, I still keep up with them as much as possible, and I also watch everything that is English on the TV because it still means a lot to me. And I love the royal family, and especially I think we're so fortunate to still have the Queen. And I remember during the war, of course, which is when I grew up, that she was very much part of my life. And when the other prince abdicated and that family took over, we were heartbroken at the time, but we know we had a better group when they came in.
Love the way that the tradition of the way that you present yourselves to the public. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that the present Queen has done an amazing job and managed to change with the times, which is why this marriage is going to work. The best part to me about having a king and queen is the fact that you can say ugly things about the prime minister, but the king and queen are always okay. Everything's all right. So
there we go.
Agreed. All right. So now here is some confusion on my part, Nanna. So let's talk about the ranks, if you will. Who is in line for what? Because I believe there's, is it baby Charlotte that is actually above now in the ranks of her new infant brother? Explain that a little bit to me. That's quite confusing.
Well, it has changed because it used to be the monarch had to be a male. No longer is that true, and after Victoria there was nobody in the male that could be. I'm so glad because so often he gets a bad rap. People don't think very much of him because they all liked his wife so much, but I hear both sides of that too. I have a couple of friends of mine who each take one side or the other. And so I don't know that much because I'm not there.
You know more than anybody I have ever met. Nanna, you are actually giving us like this inside, like...
I am loving this right now. I feel like we're at like this private discussion about the royal wedding tomorrow.
With an insider.
I mean, really?
Yeah.
I'm loving this so much right now. This is making my Friday night, Nanna. You have absolutely no idea. You know, I always have a vision whenever we saw... William and Kate get married. You know, I stayed up. I had to watch that as well, and I anticipate the dress and the flowers, and the music lineup has been leaked. I'm interested in the menu items. You know, they always serve lamb, I believe, as a big traditional dish at the dinner. What are you expecting to see tomorrow? What are your expectations?
Well, the thing that has surprised me is that we now have, I think, bridal cake. It is going to be a lemon cake. And let me tell you, before this, I've never known of any except the fruit cake, which is similar to a Christmas cake.
So do you think that she didn't do that? I mean, is this just their personal preference, or is this them trying to stay traditional, however, kind of reaching out a little bit and give them the little hair, you know, it's the Harry Meghan spin on the cake?
Well, I think that's Meghan's idea, and I think it's okay because there's an awful lot of people who don't like fruitcake anyway. And so if we have layers of one thing or another, that's interesting. I didn't know about that.
Kate was stunning in her dress, and everybody talked about it. And so what do you think? I mean, that hasn't been leaked yet. We have no idea.
Do you think lace? What do you think, Nanna?
That is always the big thing. I mean, that's what half the women are waiting to see. And if not all of the women, not the men, but the women are waiting to see. But I think they will go with the tradition of covering the arms during the service with either some kind of a lace cover or a little bolero or something of that kind. I don't think you will see completely bare shoulders until after the wedding.
Now talk a little bit about the The hats, Nana. Why?
This is the biggest question
Why are
of
we
the night,
wearing
Nana.
hats? what's
Absolutely. You would not go to a wedding in England without a hat or one of those other things that they're wearing. Fancy, but what do they call them?
Called fascinators.
Fascinators.
Nana. Fascinators.
Fascinators, yes. Why, I have no idea, but obviously the women are not giving up, and obviously the milliners are very glad that they're not giving it up.
Right. Everybody wants to guess. Everybody wants to be correct and go, I told you she would wear that dress, or I said that she would do this. And I think everybody just wants bragging rights is what they're looking for.
Well, there's also going to be a lot of I can't think of the word. It's come and gone. The fact that betting in England is a big deal, and they bet all the time on. There's a shop that you can go to, and a betting shop.
Hey, Nana, what's your favorite, or what are you the most excited for tomorrow? Because you're staying up till 4 to watch, aren't you? Or you're going to wake up at 4.
I am going to be up at 4. I'm going to see it from the very beginning. I did with the other royal wedding recently, so I will with all of them. But I was going to tell you that school children will receive something from Harry and Meghan. When I was in school, we got mugs with the royal thing on it, and there'll be something. I don't know what it'll be.
Nana, you can also buy some very interesting things. I think the strangest thing, and I have to tell you, I've never laughed so hard because we're live here all the time, okay?
We are.
But I laughed so hard when I saw that you could buy one-piece bathing suits with Harry or Meghan's face all over the front of it. I've seen some bizarre things.
Oh, that is about the worst I can think of.